Listen, it may not be 22, 25 degrees like in Arizona, but I will absolutely take it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another vlog. I haven't posted it yet. It got restricted in Russia because there was like a 10-second segment of Michael Jackson's Billie Jean while I was at the gym. So I'm just waiting on that to get corrected at the moment. I just had to mute that segment, but that's no big deal. So I'm just waiting for that to get corrected, and then I might post it actually before it gets corrected, because to be honest, not a lot of people from Russia watch my videos. Big shocker, I know. So I'm not too concerned about that. So I'll probably just post it, but also it won't be monetized until after that's corrected. But whatever. Anyway, it's crazy, man. I had like moments last night where I was thinking about it. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to post it and I'm probably going to get like a bunch of comments being like, yeah, it doesn't count. Dem greens doesn't count. I don't care. My honest reaction to that and to like, I don't know. Like I've made a hole-in-one on a par 3 course. I don't count it as a hole-in-one. Like some of those things I get, but I don't know. To me, it's like the way I would strike, like, regardless if I shot under par or not yesterday, like yesterday was the best round of golf I've ever played. Like it was crazy, man. It was mindless. Like 4 under after 4. Again, I know 2 temp greens, but one of them was a chip and eagle. And I hit the flag stick. It was going center cup of any hole. Like, I don't know. It's just a confidence builder. And it's so ironic because I remember last year I said that I wanted to shoot under par across 9 holes for the first time ever. I put it on camera, said it. I went out, I shot like 6 over. Take 2, I went out like a week later, and I shot 2 under. That was that video with Tyson. It's on the Golf Channel. I said maybe 10 days ago that I wanted to shoot under par. That was my goal for 2024, was to go under par across 18 holes. I was literally going to do an entire like break 72 series. Like I literally had in my head, I was going to do a break 72 series. And I mean, I'm probably going to film like all the rounds of golf I play anyways, but I was just going to like, the 18 hole ones were going to be just that and whatever. And I had this whole plan, but man, it's so funny to think about. This is my third time, I think, filming since I said I was going to do it. And it just happened. Like, it's never when you expect it. I was not going into that expecting it at all. And even after, like, I was 4 under through 4, I was like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to stop at 9 anyways. Like, that was fully my plan. I was like, I could, you know, shoot my lowest 9 ever. That's cool. But I had no idea we were going to have absolutely nobody in front of us, that we were going to be playing pretty quick. We played the front 9 in like an hour and a half. So then we get to the turn and I'm like, well, I'm a little tired, but I'm not going to leave now. Like it's beautiful out, got the cart, good partner, and nobody's in front of us. So like, yeah, might as well just finish. So then we start going around the back 9, and I was pretty close to even par at that point. I think I started the back 9 at 1 over because I had bogeyed 3 of the last 4 holes, I think, on the front 9. So I was like, oh, well, you know, kind of losing it a little bit, like whatever, we'll just play and it's no big deal. Maybe I'll try to stay around par, maybe sub 75 would be cool. I wasn't really thinking that. I think that was like maybe like in the back of my mind, like subconscious. But anyways, and then we just start progressing along, and I parred 10, parred 11, eagled 12, bogeyed 13, and then I think it was just a stretch of pars and like a 2 bogeys maybe, and then I mean, the one thing I will say, and then I'm gonna sneeze. Woo! Hang on. Woo! Back to Vancouver. Back to allergies. Oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to blow my nose here. Hang on, let me pause this. I mean, I'll show you guys a lot. You don't need to see me blowing my nose. Anyway, I was really, really proud of myself last night. I was reflecting on this a bit because, okay, so that's exactly where we are. We got to maybe hole, I think it was 15 or 16. Downhill par 3. Or, actually, no, it was hole 15. And I think that's the one, that might have been the one I saved from the trees, or it was one No, it wasn't the one I saved from trees. It's actually the one I bogeyed. So I had that saved from the trees, saved par. But then I hit that 7-iron on 15. Had like a 70-foot putt and left it to 12 feet and then missed it by like an inch and then had to tap it. And so I bogeyed. So I went down to 1 under. And I thought, literally, I had a moment where I was like, in my head, I was like, all right, I'm 1 under. We have a par 3 with a temporary green. I knew it was short. Pretty confident I could at least make par on that. We had 17, which also had a temporary green. Pretty sure I could make par on that. And then 18, which is one of the harder holes on the golf course. It's a par 5, but it's up the hill going towards the green to not an island green, but a green that has a huge, like 50-yard deep pit in front of it. You can't really go at it in 2, especially in the winter. And even best, like the hallway you have to thread to get the ball through to it and then have it still stay straight to land on. Nearly impossible green to attack into. So I was like, all right, that could be a par, but I'm nervous because, like, you know, when you're playing a par 5 as a layup, guaranteed, then you have to get up and at least 2-putt. And if you hit a bad wedge shot, then you have to get up and down, and then like it's stressful. And if I make a bogey, I don't shoot under par. So that all kind of like split second, bang, 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 went through my brain. And I remember it was a very distinct like thought and feeling on 15 there when all that started to happen. And I was like, okay, I can either choose to try to limp in, to try to just get this in the clubhouse, try to just move through, make pars in the back. But I want to make more birdies. Like, literally something just switched in my brain. This wasn't, I didn't do this on purpose, but my brain just went, but you can make 16. That's a great birdie opportunity. 17, you're going to be able to make a birdie. And 15, you can definitely make a birdie. Or 18, you can definitely make a birdie. Go make more birdies. I want to be 3 under. And literally, like, it's like a cloud lifted, and I had this, like, laser focus on, like, I'm going to try and get this into the clubhouse 3 under. Like, that was, like, I'm making birdies. I'm making more birdies. Which was really cool, because on the front 9, I was 4 under through 4, 4 under through 5, got to 6, and I definitely started, on 5, I started feeling the nerves, but definitely on 6, I was feeling nerves. Bogeyed 6, good par on 7, but then bogeyed 8 and 9. And I really think, I mean, 6 is the one where I think 6 was 6 or 7, whatever. 8 was the one where I just absolutely missed the ball. Like, I literally almost hit the hosel on my 6-iron. It got like 15 feet off the ground, went like 125 yards, and then I had a 4-iron up a hill, still left it short. Like, that was my brain going, I'm 4 under through 4. If I finish this 9 4 under through 4, that's double the lowest score I've ever had across 9 holes. Like, and that was a very, I think, kind of like, my accidentally went into like a protection mindset of like, let's just hold on to this and like, you know, whatever. But on the back, man, I think I learned from that. And I think, again, it wasn't like I was sitting there on 15 being like, I remember what happened on the front 9. We're not going to do that again. It was literally just like something switched in my brain where it was like full attack mode. It wasn't just like, keep the score. It wasn't just like, you know, do your best to just limp this one in. It was like, no, I'm going to keep attacking. I've been playing incredible today. I've been hitting the ball so well. My short game's been good. My putting's been good. Like, let's go. Like, I can do this. And like, it was just a full belief. I hit nothing but committed swings coming in the back, which I was so happy about. Like, even on 17, that pitch shot, like it was like maybe a 40 or 50 yard, maybe even less pitch shot. I don't really remember. And I stuck it to like 3 feet, tapped it in with the wedge. Like, that was an attacking shot. It wasn't a timid shot. That was a shot off wet ground where if you hit that, that was absolutely just going to go a yard in front of you. Like, for any of you guys who have played off like super soggy Pacific Northwest fairways in the middle of winter, you have zero margin for error with ball striking. Like, if you miss the ball at all, it's just going to catch all the fucking dirt and everything, and it's going to go 2 yards. So, like, anyway, my point is that I was very proud of that. And I think it was very, like, ironic and cool because, I mean, we spent the first half of the video talking about how I'm planning to sign up for my first tournament. And this summer, I'm planning to join the Vancouver Golf Tour. And, you know, that's like, I want that competitive juice. I want that competitive fire. And to me, this was like a little taste of that. And it was like a little proof to myself. Like, again, I'm not saying I'm going to go and shoot 2 under par in my first event. I'm probably going to go and shoot like an 85. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm going to be nervous, whatever. It's going to be on camera. It's going to be a whole lot of things. But what I'm saying is that I know for a fact that I've been a competitor my whole life, and I know I can channel that into golf. I know I can get the right mindsets at the right times to stay in around, to stay attacking, to stay competitive. Not gonna happen every time, but it's in there, and that's really what matters. I need to work on definitely being in pressure situations and just trusting my swing, because your brain definitely starts going. It's actually kind of funny, my playing partner yesterday, he's a great guy. He was just a random single that I met on the tee box, but he was trying to break 90 for the first time, and he was kind of on par. I think he was like 9 over after the front 9 or something. And so he told me around like 12, and he'd been playing quite well. He'd been hitting the ball really well. I think he'd been making kind of just playing bogey golf, but like golf where you're like, you know, you're watching it and you're not like, oh, this guy's playing horrible. Like it was comfortable, he was smooth, he was whatever. And there was a real pivotal moment for him around 12 where he just started hitting everything like weak and right, like just slap shotting everything. It was going like, you know, maybe 200 yards and off to the right. And we all know that miss is a right-handed golfer. And it was I think it was just fully him getting in his own head. And then he ended up shooting, I don't even know, like at least 18 over, I think, on the back 9. So like obviously did not break 90. And it was funny because he was like asking me for like, not advice, but he was like saying, he's like, oh, I'm trying to break 90, and like, oh, it's like hard, and I get to this point. And I was like giving him, I was like, number one, I'm not the person to be giving advice in golf. I say that every time, but clearly you think I'm better, and you're asking me, so I'll answer. And in that situation, obviously I was the better golfer, so I'm like, all right, I'll give you some advice. And all I said was like, and it was ironic because I was kind of telling myself this, is I'm like, you can't fixate on what you're trying to do. You really do just have to stay in that moment, in that shot. And for me, it's like in that swing, like really just having that dialed in process, swing thought, whatever it is that you just fall back to. And it's like, all right, this is what I'm doing. And you make that committed swing and you let everything else go. And it's so hard to do. And I'm sure it'll be even harder if I'm ever in a position where there's like a tournament on the line or something like that. But I don't know. I think these moments are good. I think doing this on camera, I think the other thing that's like different too about not just being like, oh, I'm going to shoot 70 or shoot under par across 18 for the first time, but it's like, I'm going to, like, as a YouTuber, I'm going to shoot under par across 18 for the first time. And I know if I do it, this video is going to do better than if I don't. And that's like a pressure, because then that's my job now. That's putting food on my table, you know, like not that video is not going to be the make or break between me paying for groceries this month or not, but like that's it. That almost turns into like a pro golf thing, right? Like when you're competing in a professional golf tournament and you're coming down to the wire, you start thinking about the money. I'm sure at least at the beginning. And it's like, hey, if I like don't blow up here, I'm gonna make X amount of money for my family. And like it's almost the same thought when you start getting that, like, oh, here's the title, oh, here's the thumbnail, here's what this video could be, like I know this will do well, all I have to do is blah. And that happened when I was 400 through 4. I was like lowest round of my life. That was the title, that was the thumbnail. I was like, boom, I got this. And I definitely imploded a little bit towards the end of that 9. I mean, it wasn't bad, but again, it was a little bit. It wasn't the lowest 9 of my life. But the way I was able to, like, again, regain the composure and keep that attack mindset through the back 9 to then go out and do what I did and shoot the first under par 18, even with those thoughts, probably around hole 12 or 13 starting to creep in of like, and then it puts it on the line, and then it does become sort of feeling like a pro tournament type vibe. And I'm not playing in pro tournaments, but you get what I'm saying. So I think it's good. The more of this I can do, I'm playing with Tyson tomorrow. I think I'm going to try to just like play a match with him. Maybe we'll film it. He's my old CPGA tour buddy. He played mini tours in Scottsdale forever. Like he hits like Rory McIlroy numbers. He's very, very good golfer. So yeah, just like stuff like that. Like the more I can kind of, you know, get used to those feelings, the better. And I think doing it on camera really, really helps. So even if I don't set a goal, but anyway, that's my morning reflection on yesterday's. Just posted the video and a post on Instagram. You guys are so sweet. I appreciate it. I know, honestly, I just want to say thank you, because I've been meaning to say this, and then you just kind of like, when you're making a video every day, you just kind of, you don't really have a lot of plan that goes into a lot of it, so I kind of forget if I'm like trying to do something or say something. But I genuinely just wanted to say thank you to all you guys who have been watching these videos and enjoying them, because I am thoroughly enjoying having this outlet and this like creative, like, I don't know, ability to put out this content, and it's really like, it's just so enjoyable for me. Like, it's how I came up in YouTube. It's how I got into this. And the thought of being able to connect with you guys, like the core audience in this type of way, like it really is like special and meaningful. And like that right now on average, like 1,000+ of you are showing up every day. Like YouTube's such a funny thing where like, I get it. Like either you as a viewer or especially us as a creator, sometimes like numbers just become numbers, and like whatever, you might be used to the numbers on the golf channel and it's like, oh, well, this is like not getting that many views. But like, dude, I've been doing this thing forever. I used to upload daily vlog videos very similar to these. Not as good, I would guess, because I hadn't been doing YouTube for as long, but I used to upload similar videos and they would get 10 views a video, like 20 views a video. And this was obviously before I had any audience, but still, I would get like nothing. And I loved it. And I uploaded probably 350 of those. So like, it's not going to take much for me to be like motivated to keep making this content. And it's funny, I fully, honestly, with all my YouTube knowledge, I fully expected these videos to get like maybe 100 views, like maybe like 100 to 200 views. And I remember saying that if I could at some point, like not right away, but at some point, if I could get these videos to over 1,000 views a video, I would never stop. That was the magic number for me. Because I mean, 1,000 on YouTube, whether it be subscribers or views per video, it's like, it's a pretty magical number. Like that is so many human beings, and choosing to just like invest into my life and what's going on in like this lifestyle based creator, like 1,000, in my opinion, 1,000 views on this channel on a lifestyle based content piece is worth the exact same as like 10,000 views on the golf channel, because those videos they're just different. Like it is easier to pull views, I would say, with idea-based creation. And you know, I mean, look, golf videos, like if Good just does like, I don't know, a no concept video versus if they do like a knockout video or a major or whatever, like they're gonna get more views. The better the idea is, the more like enticing and interesting the concept is for the video. And it's the same with, you know, my videos. Like obviously the bulk of my content on the golf channel are these like news videos, these commentaries, and like, you know, even as simple as like if I post a video about Bob Does Sports, like Bob Does Sports just doesn't pull as many views on news videos as say Good or Grant or Micah. I don't know why, but they just don't. And I have my theories, but anyways, and you know, there's other things too. Like it's the idea. It's not the fact that I'm making a news video, it's the idea. The idea has to be there, and that's great. But with relationship based creators, it's not about the idea. Like my videos, I don't wake up every day and think like, I try to tell a story within my day, and I do try to have there be an idea, but the idea is coming purely from just my life, you know? So it's just different. So anyway, I don't know. I don't want to be too long-winded here, but I just wanted to say thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. But, dry mouth. We're hopping on the Peloton. I have not done a Peloton in probably 3 weeks because we've been healing this hip groin injury. And the last couple times I've done Pelotons, it's really triggered it. But we've had probably a 5 or 6 day stretch now where I have just like not felt it at all, which has been incredible. And I did a leg workout yesterday. It was infinitely better than the leg workouts I was doing before I left. Felt it way less, and I feel fine today. So we're gonna try it. One of the things that I think was hurting me is I was wearing the Peloton shoes. They clip in, and when you clip in, you pull up with the shoe a lot. And so I think a lot of that pulling motion could have been triggering some of my hip and groin stuff. So I'm just wearing normal shoes, and then the power is going to be coming from pushing down, and I think hopefully that's going to help. But anyway, we're going to do a 20-minute one. I always do 20 minutes because I like the higher intensity. I don't love doing like long, slow, steady stuff. I mean, I do, but it has to be really long and really slow and really steady. And if I'm doing that, I want to be like going for a walk or a hike or something. I don't want to be like sitting on a stationary bike. So when I'm sitting on a stationary bike, I want to ramp up the intensity and get a really good workout in. So also check out this Good shirt. It's got the leaderboard on the back. It's pretty cool. All right. Halfway. Oh. 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 That was good. That was like the first time, like I said, in 3 weeks I've done that. Happy I'm not unable to talk right now. I find my cardio really doesn't disappear. Like, it takes a long time. Like, we went on some hikes in Arizona, and my wife, bless her heart, a little low breath, and I'm able to just kind of power through. Like, I think the steady base I've had over so long, it takes longer than a couple weeks to disappear. And I think you forget that sometimes. At least I forget that. But I like to still have cardio specific workouts or high intensity specific workouts at least a couple times a week. So I've been missing it the last few weeks with the ab, groin, hip, whatever. But good news is, and I'm really happy to say that that whole workout, granted I did what they call low impact rides, which are designed for coming off of injury. So you basically don't stand up on the bike, you're seated the whole time. They're still really intense, but you just, the impact of standing and kind of the like variability of the movement is eliminated. And the last Peloton I did, I felt my ab like the whole time. Like, I just felt the pain from the hip up the whole time, and well, on and off the whole time. And I was like pushing through it, and then it was real messed up after. And I was like, man, that was a bad idea. I can't do that. But what I found this time was, number one, in general, it felt way less, which is amazing. I barely felt it. I felt a couple twitches here and there, but like significantly less, even after the leg workout yesterday. So that's all good news. But what I did notice was the sloppier I got with the form, and this is just like a lesson for you guys in all training. If you're training for a specific goal, like say to be the best you can at golf or general health and fitness, like be patient and don't rush weights and movements, because it's better to do stuff in control and like in proper form than not. So like when I was cycling, if I felt like we were trying to push, like the resistance was heavy and I was trying to push and I felt myself swaying side to side, I would feel it a little bit. And that's obviously because I'm stressing those muscles in the core and specifically from the hip up. But if I stayed upright, which you're supposed to, and when your hands are on the handlebar, they always say shoulders back, rib cage up, and then your hips are seated back on the seat. If I was in this position, staying tight, and I was focusing on driving my knees straight up and straight down, which is again what you're supposed to do, you're not supposed to flare them, it was incredible the difference. Like it was a light bulb like a quarter into the ride where I was like, oh my goodness, like this actually, I can do this without feeling pain or without pissing off my injury. I just have to maintain proper form. Whereas when you're getting kind of tired and you're trying to push really hard, you can get a little sloppy. And I feel like that might have been what was triggering it. So that's a big light bulb moment for me. But I'm very happy to have gotten that ride in, to be feeling good right now. Because like I said, I do, you know, a typical training week for me in a perfect world is 3 to 4 sessions a week at the gym, like heavy lifting sessions. And then 2 to 3 like cardio specific workouts, high intensity workouts, which right now is mainly the bike. Running really pisses off, well, it had been pissing off the groin, and I think this is still better in the recovery because I'm more fixed and I can stay really proper, whereas with running, I mean, the ground's uneven and there's variables. So I think for the injury recovery, this is actually gonna be a much better play. But anyway, very happy, but my legs are also very tired and very sore right now, because if you watched yesterday's vlog, you will have seen we did a big old leg workout and the poopies are tired. Anyway, I also slept like crap last night. Went to bed kind of late. I had a celebratory pop or two after shooting 70, and then Rhea had to wake up really early for, well, really early for us for work. So I didn't have that great of a sleep. And I'm kind of feeling that right now. Anyways, let's go make some lunch. unless you guys can see that. That water is not clear. It's like a little brown. Apparently they're doing road work up the street. This has happened once before, like years ago, when they're doing like work in the road, and I think they like nick a pipe or something, and like dirt comes in, and the water's just brown. Ugh. People freak out from the States that we drink tap water up here, but you know, you can drink the tap water here, and I drink tap water. But not when it's brown. So now I'm limited. I got the water that's left in here, which isn't much, and I can maybe steal some from the Nespresso. But I do a post-workout Gatorade, either intra-workout carbs if I'm lifting heavy, or post-workout if I'm just Pelotoning, because I don't like drinking intra-workout carbs. It's only a 20-minute workout. You don't really need them, but I'll get them post, and it's good to help nutrient absorption. So I'm going to mix up one of those. And then we're going to make lunch, like I said. I invested $18 in a food scale again, mainly just for protein. Like, I would give that advice to anyone who's trying to, you know, have control of what you're eating, whether it's like a new journey or, you know, something that you've kind of played around with. But like, it really is shocking when you actually start weighing and measuring stuff. And like, the goal of doing macros, I've said this before, is to not do macros, like to learn enough that you don't have to. And I by no means weigh and measure everything, but it's just easier. Like in the morning, I want a serving of Greek yogurt, and you know, I want to make sure I'm getting, the chicken I can usually tell, but the Greek yogurt's kind of tough to eyeball. So I just got it for like mainly that and like a couple other little things. Like I said, I use it pretty much only for protein, but anyways, just a good tip. Try macros if you haven't. Okay, welcome to a segment of today's vlog we're calling Nutrition with Nate. This is hopefully going to help a couple of you who don't know this stuff. All right, so I just talked about macros. One of the other things on top of macros is nutrient timing, and it is something that's very helpful and effective. So if you're an average human being and you're exercising, let's say you enjoy the odd sweet thing, whether it be like a Gatorade or candy or whatever, that is best consumed in a quantity of say 20 to 40 grams of carbohydrates right during or right after your workout, or right before to get the energy, but ideally during or after, because it's going to help with the nutrient absorption of things like protein. So for example, I just had that Gatorade, which is maybe like 30 grams of sugar or carbohydrates, which is then going to help me absorb this 50 grams of protein of chicken. But I'm also having, because I'm a little higher activity, I'm also an ectomorph, little different for me. I'm going to do a second session today. I'm going to hit balls later. I'm having a more sugary carbohydrate meal again, just to replenish more of that glycogen storage. But the timing is what's important. My two most starchy, like sugary carbohydrate meals are before and after my workout. So I have toast and I have Greek yogurt, which has sugar in it, before a workout. And then after the workout, I'm having about 60 grams of carbs of rice checks with about 20 grams of carbs of dried bananas, another 10 to 15 grams of carbs of honey, and then a little bit of granola. So about 100 grams of carbs right here. And that is coming right after my workout, which is going to help replenish me and fuel me for the next one. But again, combined with the higher protein content, breakfast I have about 30 to 35 grams of protein, and then the next 2 meals of the day will be at least 50 grams of protein, and then I'll probably have another 30 to 40 gram of protein meal at the end of the day, which works out to around 180 grams, which I weigh about 185 pounds. So stick to around there. So that's just a little bit of info for you. You know, the carbohydrate timing is something I think people don't understand the value of, but it is really important. And if you eat, you know, that, let's say you like, you have that slight, so I'm coughing because it gets so smoky in here. So we live on a ground floor, but anyway, you eat that higher carbohydrate meal at like before bed, it's doing nothing for you. At least if you eat it in and around your workout, it's going to serve a purpose. It's going to be absorbed quicker and better, and yeah, it's just going to overall be better for you. So try to do that if you can. But anyway, I'm gonna enjoy my lunch. All right, we just picked Rhea up from work. We're waiting. She's just running and grabbing some groceries. We're gonna take the dogs to the park, and then we're going to practice. We're gonna go to the range, I think. listen, I need your opinion. I need your thoughts on something. Comment down below. I'm kind of toying with the idea of putting some golf videos back on the main channel after... It's so funny to me now that the golf channel is the main channel, but it is, Nate Armstrong Golf. I'm kind of considering putting some, like, obviously, like, more produced golf content on there. Like, recorded with a full camera, you know, more talking, tracers, score graphics, that whole deal. Like, I think I want to, because being an athlete and being like the one playing golf is such a huge part of my life that I struggle with not having that be part of my content. And that's why this vlog is great, because it is, and it's part of the reason why I'm enjoying this vlog so much. But I do think too, like, obviously I'm going to film every single round I play on here. But I think there can be rounds, like tomorrow, for example, I'm playing with my friend Tyson Turchansky. Like I said, CPGA Tour Pro, Mini Tour Pro, hits the ball a million miles, like, and pretty good on camera. And we've played matches before, so I had fun. I'm like, why don't I just film that and whatever? And I've seen comments from you guys being like, you should, you know, post more golf content on the main channel. And, you know, like, these videos, when I have golf in them, the videos aren't about golf. Like, they include golf, but they're not about golf. And so I think my wife's running with the groceries. We have 4 minutes left of parking. Look at that. I don't know if she got everything she needed. Did she get everything she needed? That'd be really impressive. Did you get everything you needed? Are you done?
No, I have to go to the dog.
Oh, okay, okay, you're good. You're good. Go, quick. Yeah, this is a fun little adventure. She's gotta run. She's got 4 minutes, 3 minutes now. Anyway, look at her go. Look at her go. Run, run, run. Anyways, yeah, and so I just, like, I've seen the comments, and I think, you know, for general golf, just like going and filming whatever when I'm playing casually, this is a great way to do it. And these videos are very much just like raw, like take you along with my life. But I think there could be a place and there could be a future with more like actual, you know, standard golf content. The part I struggle with is just like, there's so many people making golf videos, and I don't just want to try to do the exact same thing, you know, like the archetype will always be the same. You're playing golf on camera, you're playing matches, whatever. But I think for me, if I do this, I'll try to have every video feel like it's like really something cool. Like either like playing a really cool course, playing a match with someone cool, like doing some sort of collaboration. Like those will be the only ones I post. And I won't post them that much. Like obviously like the news videos and the commentary are still going to be like the bulk of the channel. But I don't know. I believe that I have the personality and the ability to talk on camera to make it interesting. I believe my game is now getting to a point where my game itself can be interesting. Like we're sniffing around par. Like that's YouTube golfer standards. Like that's what most YouTube golfers go out and do, you know, minus like the Brian Bros. But so yeah, I don't know. I feel like I could do it, and I feel like it could be fun. So I don't know. I always get nervous about like doing stuff like that because I obviously have something that's very much working and I very much enjoy doing with the news and the commentary, and I don't want to like split the audience. But I don't know, at the same time, I just like, I really will enjoy filming those types of videos, and I think there is an appetite for them, and I think it's okay to post them every once in a while. But I don't know, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I think we are going to film our match tomorrow, and I'll probably post it on the main channel and see how it does, but I'd still love to hear your thoughts on all this in the comments below. But anyway, range incoming. First time at this dog park. This is the most city dog park ever. It's just like a demolitioned area with dirt right beside a main road and some fences. It's just on the way home, but it's definitely not one we're gonna be frequenting here again. So here's what we're trying to feel. We talked about this before. We're rotating, it's driving all the way back. Hands are coming up high, but I'm trying to add that wrist hinge. I don't know if I'm doing right, but it feels good. I'm basically taking my wrist here. So when I come back with the swing, It's back here. Swing coming through. That's what we're thinking of. All right, so just leaving the range, and I was walking out, and in one of the stalls, there was a dude with a track, like not working with a pro, not whatever, just a guy and his girlfriend, and not a pro golfer, and he was hitting with a TrackMan. He had a TrackMan set up, and he was hitting off of the mats, like the rest of us. But he just, I noticed first he had like an iPad or something. I was like, what the heck? What are you doing with his iPad? And then I looked and it had him swinging on it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And there was like an iPhone set up behind it. And I was like, oh, how is he getting all that information with just an iPad? And then I look underneath the iPhone, and there's just a straight up TrackMan. Just a straight up, like $50,000. I don't know how much they are. I think they're like 50 grand. There's a lot of, shall we say, family money, rich. This kid was young. Rich people with a lot of family money in Vancouver. If you're from Vancouver, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That was wild. And not like clubs, like a not Titleist set of clubs either. It's just definitely not a pro golfer. That is the funniest thing I've seen all day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope you had a great day today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.